My friend sent me a quote from C.S. Lewis's Surprised by Joy earlier this week, and I want to share it with you. This is what C.S. Lewis says. When we are lost in the woods, the sight of a signpost is a great matter. He who first sees it cries, "Look!" The whole party gathers round and stares. But when we have found the road and are passing signposts every few miles, we shall not stop and stare. I think what C.S. Lewis is saying here in this quote is that whenever we're engaged with something new or novel, it can carry with it a significant amount of importance and meaning. But as we engage with this thing more and more, and it becomes more normal and mundane, it can lose that importance and meaning if we are not intentional. One of the great things about being a part of the Church of Christ is that we practice communion every single week, focusing our minds and our thoughts on Jesus' death, his resurrection, the sacrifice that he made for us. And that is great. But also, some of us have been practicing this exercise every week for decades. And I have to imagine that for some of us, doing this every single week, sometimes communion probably feels like it has lost its meaning and importance. But when important activities lose their meaning and importance, the correct response is not to stop doing it. For instance, if you have dinner with your family every evening, and that is something that you have made important because you know that it serves as a connection point for you and your family. If you have a few nights throughout the week where you don't connect with your family, the correct response is not to give up and never eat with your family again, or only to eat with your family once a month. The correct response is to take a step back, do some thinking, be introspective, and choose to be intentional the next time you engage in that activity. And so if that's you today, where you are at a place where communion just doesn't feel as meaningful or as important as it should, what I would invite you to do today is, after I'm done praying and you pause this video to take whatever you have for communion today, maybe say a prayer. Spend a few minutes in your thoughts in silence. Really think about why this is important, why this used to be meaningful to you. See if you can approach communion today in an intentional way. I'm going to say prayer for both the bread and the cup, and then pause the video for as long as you need to take your communion. God, we love you so much. We are so thankful for the sacrifice that Jesus made for us. We are thankful that you, God, came in the flesh and were willing to die for us. God, we cannot express that gratitude, and please forgive us for forgetting sometimes how important this is, remembering what you did is. Have mercy on us for not being able to grasp exactly what you did and not feeling anything sometimes when we think about it. Help us feel and experience the gravity of what you did on the cross. And in your name, amen.